lesson lesson number 75. So Gracie was, Noah was probably 12. I say Gracie was 12. So Gracie is 12 and Noah is 6. Gracie is 12, Noah is 6, and they're quibbling constantly, and it's getting on our last nerves. And so finally, I just said, if you don't learn to get along better, you will find Dad will use a creative way to get you to work together. They didn't, and I took them outside and I gave them one leaf rake. Gracie had to have one hand on the top of the rake, and Noah had to have a hand on the bottom of the rake. And they had to rake the whole yard. And it's a fun story, creative way to reinforce. But while part of what we're trying to do is shape kids to go in a certain direction, one of the things I've noticed about that scenario is they never stop quibbling all through their teens. And I think that Gracie, I think Gracie was maybe 21, and Noah would have been 17. And we were learning about the love languages, and the 5 love languages by Gary Smalley, I think. And basically it's a simple personality test that you take, and it kind of helps you to identify how you most like to be loved, or how are you affirmed. And it's a simple little test, and it helps identify what other people want in relationships, and it's a strategy to have relationships with them. The reason I say that is after my children, 21 and 17, realized that they were using the love language that they personally love, and not the love language that the other person was willing to receive. And when they realized it, they actually wept, because they realized that they had wasted so much energy in relationships on that. And so as a parent, part of the bonding experience, part of the nurturing experience, is that I want to set them up so they have the best connection. And so teaching love language from the beginning in simple ways is helpful. And the 5 love languages are touch, words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service, and words of affirmation. I think I might have said one twice, that gifts. Anyway, just as a side note, it really here's a great example of bonding and nurturing. Once they understood that my love language was touch, I frequently would find them touching the top of my head as they left the house. And so, and it's funny, but so I think the other really interesting thing about bonding and wanting intimacy with another, with your offspring, one of the things that's most interesting about that is it could be that you both are using the wrong love language. And so there may even be a nurturing where you feel like there's lost ground, that lost ground can be gained. And remember, as you are going, it's been a process to incorporate the love languages into our family. I'm not sure that I even have to the extent that I want, but I think it's a valuable tool for families and nurturing.